Military and police deployed, transport and telecommunications suspended, markets closed, schools shut, violence and protests persist. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is witnessing unprecedented scenes. Protests against inflation have turned violent as the police crack down on demonstrators in Muzaffarabad, Dadial, Mirpur, Gilgit and several other parts of PoK. The Awami Action Committee called for protests demanding tax-free electricity from the Mangla Dam and subsidies on wheat flour. After the police raided and arrested many activists, clashes ensued between law enforcement and protesters. The violence has left one police officer dead and more than 100 others injured. Now, even as Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that in situations of dissent, there are always some who try and score political points, here's what protesters want. Protesters have been pushing for the elimination of what they call elite classes' privileges. They demand the provision of electricity based on the cost of hydropower generation as well as subsidized wheat flour. The unrest has not only disrupted life in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, it has also cast doubt on the stability of the Pakistani government in the region. Meanwhile, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has been illegally occupied and it will be integrated with India.
आजकल थोड़ी बहुत बातें पीओके पे भी चल रही हैं, वहाँ कुछ आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ घटनाएं भी हो रही हैं। अब मोदी सरकार जो है, हमारा मत इस पे बहुत स्पष्ट है। पार्लियामेंट का रेजोल्यूशन है, हम बहुत क्लियर हैं कि पीओके जो है भारत का अंग है। इट इज़ पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, इट वाज ऑलवेज पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, इट विल बी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया। और हमारा ये जरूर इरादा है कि एक दिन हम पीओके को जो है वहाँ का इलीगल ऑक्यूपेशन जो है उसको हम ख़त्म करेंगे और पीओके जो है भारत के साथ वापस जुड़ जाएगा।
All right, let's try and get an understanding of what exactly is happening in PoK. On the broadcast, I'm joined by Surinder Singh Lali. He's an international affairs expert. I'm also joined by Fakhar Yousafzai, he's a senior journalist from Pakistan. Good evening and namaskar to both of you. Fakhar Yousafzai, let me start with you. Can you give us an understanding of what's happening, why there is a crackdown in these areas of PoK where people there in the region are asking for basic facilities, basics?
Thank you very much for inviting, and I will say that this is unfortunate that the people of Kashmir protesting from not from last couple of days, they are protesting from last 1 year. And this protest started from Mirpur AJK. But right now, the people of Kashmir are gathered in the capital of Kashmir in Muzaffarabad, and they were demanding the 8 basic demands on their list. What they were demanding, I think so you will know about that these are very basic things. And I think so the government and the government of Pakistan and the government of Kashmir, I think so they should prepare and fulfill all these things before that protest. But I think so they were not expecting all these things from the people of Kashmir, that they will together they will be united with each other, and they will stuck all the Kashmir state. They were not expecting, I think so, all these things. Right now, they are their upper hand on the government of Kashmir and as well as on the government of Pakistan. And the government of Pakistan and Kashmir, they said that we are fulfilling all the demands of the protester, and we will give all the things. But what were those demands? If we are producing the electricity from Mangla or the Neelam Jhelum projects, why we are not giving 300 or 400 megawatt electricity to the Kashmir region? And on the concession rate, This is very important. And this type of things not only going on in Kashmir, it is going on in Gilgit-Baltistan. This is going on in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This is going on in Balochistan as well. And the people of Sindh also are demanding all these things, that if we have the natural resources, this is our right, that we will use all those things, and the rest of the things which we can sell to the other province, to the other state, to the federal
So clearly,
government.
Fakhar Yousafzai, this is not limited to one specific area in PoK. It's basically a widespread problem, widespread frustration, Surinder Singh Lali, that people of PoK are facing. But, you know, what is it that now makes them come up so violently, come up in, you know, such a frustrated manner where they have to take to the streets, not think about their livelihoods, take to the streets and protest and ask for basics?
Thank you, Shreya, and it's a pleasure and honor for me to be here. And firstly, let me start by wishing Fakhar Bhai's safety, because in Pakistan, there is freedom of speech, but after the speech, if there is any freedom or no, that is a billion-dollar question. But having said that, Fakhar Bhai just touched the leaves. Allow me to take it back to the roots. Shreya, my late father used to say that it's much better to have an intelligent enemy than to have a foolish friend. And in our case, unfortunately, it's a double whammy that we have a foolish enemy and a foolish neighbor. The failure of the two-nation theory is actually a referendum and is directly connected to what's going on in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Shreya, Pakistan is not a country just in political crisis. It's not a country just in financial crisis. It's a country with an identity crisis, because the way Pakistan was formed, the pathological hatred for Yud and Hanud, Yud being the Jewish and Hanud being us, set the agenda for the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I mean, development was, I don't think, ever an issue. The issue was how to bring India down. There used to be a surf ad many years ago in Hindi. It used to say, "Ki meri kameez, teri kameez se safed kaise?" Shreya, when the division happened, it was actually Pakistan and Bangladesh that was, divided, and 65% Punjab went to them and 35% came to us. So over 50% of Pakistan is Punjab, and that's where the problem starts, because they dominate, Punjab dominates the army, Punjab dominates the budgets, and Punjab actually sucks on all these states. I mean, if energy is produced in Balochistan, it sells cheaper in Lahore and in Punjab than it is in Balochistan. And what has now happened is that when Pakistan actually got independent, when it became a country, it got 19% of the British population, 17% of the resources, and 33% of the British army. So the army, in order to justify, had to create an enemy, and now that enemy is India. And why am I saying that? Now, for the longest time, the state of Pakistan has been sweeping, undermining all the other provinces by blaming India for it. And their pronunciation is also ki Ra karwa raha hai. I mean, which is the most misplaced argument. And now I think the chickens have come home to the roost, and they are understanding that for now, any longer, the army and the boot can't crush it. 56% of the population of Punjab is Pakistan, is Punjabi, and 60% of the army is. So what they do is they keep most of the resources with them. And this is exactly what even happened in Bangladesh. Because in Bangladesh, the Punjabi high-headed army took the Bangladeshis for granted purely because they would control everything in Islamabad, and which was unacceptable to them. And that's what happened. So they're looking at another Bangladesh to happen. I mean, as the Honorable MEA Minister just said, that I don't think we'll have to do anything. It's going to be an organic process in which Pakistan is going to fall apart. And one last point, you said that Pakistan is going to fail. It has failed long ago. It's only the Western economies in the United States that has been keeping it afloat, because who would deal with such a large humanitarian crisis? And we would be the biggest sufferers because we have the longest borders. And imagine if that country was to dismantle a nuclear power. Imagine the number of refugees that we would have. And the water crisis is also just around the corner. So I think it's the army that has been for the longest time using the might to curtail the rights of Balochis, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and now that Sindh has also become a partner in it, and they also take the resources.
Let me also then ask Surinder Singh Lali. Let me take this to Fakhar and understand from him. Fakhar, you're one of those rare sane voices from Pakistan. Let me understand from you, is it time for then the Pakistan leadership in the army to not blame India, to stop blaming India for each and every problem of it that it's facing, and actually introspect as to what is going on? Even right now, as the situation unfolds, the violence that's unfolding, you hear voices from Pakistan blaming India, but clearly that's not something that India can help you with. It is your domestic problem. It is your basic facilities that you're not able to implement on ground to reach the last man standing in the queue there.
You're absolutely right. Pakistan shouldn't blame India or other country for their problems. I think so. We should responsible ourselves for all these things which we have started from 1947, and right now we are standing in 2024. If we will blame someone for our problems, I think so. This is not fair. What we have done in the past with our neighbors, all the people know about that, as well as if today, if our economy is very weak or in crisis, who is responsible for that? Narendra Modi sahab said to Pakistan that you should get a loan for 23 or 24 times to get a loan from IMF, from World Bank, from China, from Saudi Arabia, from UAE, or from other people in the world. Who said to us? And who is responsible for that? I think so. India is not responsible for any problem in Pakistan. We are blaming for so many things. India, not only India, we are blaming Afghanistan as well for our security situation. You know about that. Sometimes we blame Iran as well. But I think so. We should think about ourselves. We should think about our country. We should streamline our system. It is very important that how we can move in the world. What is our foreign policy? How we will keep our relation with the rest of the world, with our neighbors or the other countries in the world. This is very important, and unfortunately, we never think about that. We just spending our life only on the blame game. Today, I was covering the Parliament of Pakistan. The opposition and the government was blaming to each other. Our Defense Minister Khwaja Asif said that we should impose Article 6 against the General Ayub Khan. General Ayub Khan is not only general in Pakistan who imposed the martial law. General Zia, General Yahya, General Musharraf. This is very important. We should start from the beginning, from the partition from 1947, and we should be very realistic on. We should have a very realistic approach for all these things. The blame game, I think so. The game is poor for the game blame. If we think about the Kashmiri people compare themselves with the Indian side Kashmir. They're asking the question that the Kashmiri people on the other side of the LOC, they have a better airport, better education facilities and things like that. Of course, they're questioning all these things. They know about all these things. This is very important. If the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or Gilgit-Baltistan, they are asking questions nowadays. And it is very important, and I think so. This is better for Pakistan, but our leaders or rulers are saying that if you will ask a question, this is not fair and this is not good for I will say that or Salimiyat. This is I think so. This is the wrong concept, and this is very important for our government, for even for our establishment. They should know about their job.
Right.
Our government should know about their job as well as our
let me then quickly
should know
ask
about
my
their
last
job
question,
and shouldn't blame to each other.
Fakhar, to Surinder Singh Lali. Yes, Surinder ji, you want to make a point also. Just the fact that, how do you see this moving forward now? India, of course, has made it clear that, eventually Pakistan-occupied Kashmir will be part of India. And as Fakhar said, people have been comparing sides. They are seeing development on this side, and therefore they feel more frustrated. Do you see, how do you see this really moving forward between the two countries?
Shreya, I see the way it has been, because in Pakistan, if you talk to the Pakistanis, ever since it was born, it has been from one problem to another, from a bigger hole to a smaller hole. And they, and every time they wait for something to happen in that part of the region so that America can sort of come and rent their army. Each election in Pakistan is more rigged than the last one. They try to be the custodians of Islam, but even the Islamic world with the new geopolitical situation doesn't really care much about them. And Shreya, the problem is, you said that how can Pakistan, come to terms? It's going to be a tough one, because for the longest of time, you have been brainwashing your population's mind that Hindu kafir hai, Hindustan hamara dushman hai, Hindustan hamare wajood se khush nahi hai. So it's very difficult. It will be very tough for Pakistan to get maybe, 100,000 psychiatrists and bring them to the country and tell people, the population, that what we told you was wrong. So please don't now lynch the army, because we were only working for our vested interest so that the generals can own defense, housing, and the generals can go and buy, Papa's own 400 pizzas franchises. And so I think it's going to be a tough one for them, because you build the Frankenstein's monster, and now the monster is going to bite you. And one last point is that somewhere I think social media is kind of undoing the damage a little bit.
Quickly, 20 seconds,
now
Surinder Singh Lali. Yeah.
Sorry? So now what has happened is that now some of the damage
Quickly, please make your point. Yeah.
Some of the damage is being undone by social media. For example, in the last election also, the way army came down and they wanted to cut, Imran Khan into slices, and they even take the symbol away. But the social media presence was so strong that, they communicated. So now Pakistan will, it's going to start dealing with it inside, because the social media narrative becomes so
leave it
strong
there,
that the
Surinder Singh Lali, and all right, Fakhar Yousafzai and Surinder Singh Lali, thank you very much to both of you. I have paucity of time. But of course, there's a lot to discuss in this. I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you to both you gentlemen for joining us on Nation Tonight and sharing your perspective. Thank you very much. With that,